Hey guys, Jacob Howard here, and in this video we are going to discuss PID tuning and what it is. PID, or PID, stands for proportional, integral, and derivative. All three of these work in conjunction in what's called a PID loop. A PID loop is a control loop that is meant to correct errors in a control system. The loop takes data from sensors and will quickly calculate how to correct errors that are introduced. It will then apply the correction and the whole process will start again, completing the loop. For example, the cruise control in your car uses a PID control system that is meant to automatically maintain speed. If you set your speed at 70 miles per hour, the PID loop will use that as a set point. So the car starts using the loop to keep a constant speed at that set point. If you start going up a hill, your car will naturally slow down. Sensors will send this information into the loop and report an error that deviates from the set point. So the PID loop calculates how much throttle to add to maintain speed and applies a correction to keep you going at your set point speed. Let's continue with this example to look at what each aspect of proportional, integral, and derivative are all about. The proportional in the loop looks at what is happening in the now. This means that it will look at the sensor data, and if there is a small change in your speed, there is only a small correction that will take place. Likewise, if there is a large change in your speed, there will be a proportionate large correction made. The problem is, proportional alone can't figure out how much correction will be too much and will overshoot or undershoot the set point. That's where derivative comes into play. Derivative looks at the sensor data and the set point and tries to predict how much correction needs to be made to stop at the set point without going over. So it will see how much corrective force is being applied and dampen the response to stop at the set point. Integral looks at past errors or errors over time and will make adjustments to prevent drifting off the set point. So let's say your car is driving into a headwind and very slightly slowing down. These changes might not be significant enough for the proportional to pick up, but integral will see the change over time and apply a correction. So as you can see, each part of the PID loop has a specific job to do, and when working together can balance out the system and correct errors. With your drone, there's a PID loop working on each axis: pitch, roll, and yaw. Tuning your drone will make it so that whatever set point you apply with your sticks, the drone will react and perform with precision. Oscillations, tracking, and bounce backs are some of the main things that pilots will tune on their drones using PID tuning. Oscillations happen when the proportional is set too high, and when making corrections will cause the drone to rapidly overshoot and undershoot the set point, making high-frequency oscillations. Too low a proportional and the drone will feel very sloppy and imprecise or give low-frequency oscillations. Tracking refers to the way the drone holds its altitude. If you're flying in a straight line and the drone starts to slowly turn or wander off on one of the axes, you would need to increase the integral to help the drone stay on track. Too much integral and the drone will start to resist or feel stiff when making rapid maneuvers. Bounce back happens when the derivative is set too low, and when doing a flipper roll, when the drone comes to a stop, it will look like it bounces at the stop instead of coming to a smooth stop. Now here's where tuning can get dangerous to your drone. If the derivative gets set too high, it will cause high frequency oscillations in your motors that you can hear as a warbling sound. This will cause the motors to heat up very quickly, and if you keep flying, may burn out a motor. On that note, when tuning, it's a good idea to fly for a minute, then land and test the temperature of the motors. If you can pinch and hold the motor with your fingers without letting go because it's too hot, it's at a normal temperature. If it's too hot to hold, then the motor is at risk of damage. So all of the above gives you a basic understanding of how PIDs work and what each part does to help your drone fly right. We will be showing you exactly how to tune and adjust the PID parameters throughout the rest of this module. If you guys have any questions, definitely let us know, and have fun flying.